Hello, wildlings. I'm your Creepsmith, and you found my Fear Forge. Lucky you.
Welcome back, wildlings. Today's familial frightening actually consists of two different stories. I'm calling it Mom and Dad. Her Dim Silhouette by YumyumGiveMeSome. Mom? She was slightly hunched over, sitting on the side of her bed, her elbows resting on her knees. I could see the outline of her profile as a silhouette with the dim lamp behind her. Mom? She began shaking her head slowly, but her gaze remained down at her hands, which were dangling my baby brother's raggedy doll. How he loves that thing. He refuses to sleep without it, and he cries incessantly until one of us grabs it from the living room floor to lay it gently in the crib next to him. I walked slowly toward the bedroom, thinking, is she crying again? I just wanted her to be happy. But she'd been in a terrible rut ever since Dad left us 3 weeks ago. As I stepped into the doorway, I could tell that she was actually giggling to herself. Oh, what a relief. Seeing her laugh again warmed my heart. I walked a few steps into the dim room and saw Patrick sound asleep in his crib on the right. So, what's so funny? I started to ask. It was somewhat dark in there, but a few more steps gave me a better view as I happened to glance at the crib one more time. Oh, that wasn't Patrick in there. It was just an ugly little doll. Hey, Mom? Where's Patrick? Daddy, Are You Awake? By Tortuga de la Muerte. We're a small family. There are only 4 of us, the 2 of us and our kids, 4 and 3 years old. My daughter's the older one, and for the last year she's had nightmares off and on. Some mornings I'll wake up with her wedged firmly in between my wife and I, which is fine. We've all been there. I have no problem with it. What I do have a problem with is when she walks in 20 minutes after we've turned the lights off and the house is dark, just to stand next to the bed on my side and stare at me. I get the sensation that I'm not alone, and I wake up with a dark little silhouette right next to my face. Although at times it sends me into a slight panic, or at least leaves me with chills. Not very manly or dad-like, I'll admit. I will break the silence. Yeah, sweetie? She'll usually ask me if I'm awake and tell me that she's had bad dreams. So I'll let her climb into bed with us at that point, and usually that's the end of it. Well, last night, the same thing happened. I got this uneasy feeling that I wasn't alone, my eyelids opened, and there she was, again, a dark little silhouette, mere inches from my face. What is it, sweetie? I asked. No response. Just silence. Then, it clicked in my head that both the kids were staying at my in-laws for the night. I no longer wonder why my daughter wants to sleep in our bed. I was able to reach up and flip on the light, but of course there was no one there. However, when I looked down the hallway and into my daughter's room, there was a silhouette standing in the doorway. It hasn't moved from there for the last hour. I think it's waiting for my daughter to come home. It's not as if parenting isn't hard enough. Some folks, they just gotta get the really bad stuff. Stay scary, wildlings. Make the most of your nights.